What's up, lads? Welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I went ahead and I checked the crypto fear and greed index, and I saw it was at a 22 max fear. So I knew I needed to come live and talk about what's going on right now in the market. So let's get into this and start off like we always do with our crypto market overview. And don't forget to smash the like button. Let's go. All right, lads. So like I said, crypto fear and greed index, extreme fear. People panicking right now as prices are at major support levels. Are we really about to nuke and continue to sell off, or should we be expecting a bounce from here? Well, I think we should be expecting a bounce personally, but we have to talk about it. We have to look at the charts, and we have to have a plan in place and not just blindly risk money, of course. All right, so let's discuss this a little bit further. Smash the like button. Let's go, lads. So looking at the crypto bubble's top 100 right now, everything is red except for Chain Opera AI. It's the only coin that's been green for the past few weeks. I'm not even sure what that thing is, but overall, everything is red right now in the crypto market. Looking at the liquidations, we have $1 billion, around $1.1 billion wrecked in the past 24 hours. And it's mostly longs just getting liquidated right now with the wicks being filled. Now look, on altcoins, those wicks really aren't going to get filled for a very long time, right? I don't think Cosmos Atom is going to fill that wick to 0.001 or SUI to 50 cents anytime soon. But anyways, on Bitcoin, the wick has been filled. All right, so here's the Coinbase spot chart. And the wick from the Black Swan event last Friday, the low is at 106 or 107K. Today, the low came in at 103,500 on the Coinbase spot chart. Price also came directly into a level of demand on the 2-day time frame here on the Coinbase spot chart. We already have a nice bounce from that 103.4K level. And look, we're still above, like the line in the sand is really like the demand zone down here at 101, 102. Things look a bit shaky right now, but we've already bounced quite a bit. Now this is the spot chart. Let's go to the perps chart here on Bybit. And Bybit perps chart. So the wick low is all the way down to that 101, 102K level that's not filled on the Coinbase spot chart, but here on the Bybit perps chart, that 101, 102K demand zone here has been taken with the wick from last Friday. And as you can see, we have filled a big part of that today, with the low being in again at 103,400. Let's drop this down to the 15-minute time frame, lads, because we had some interesting developments, basically. We're already pumping out of this, right? I went over this in the Crypto Empire Mastermind already, right? How price took this level, and what I said is we should get a relief bounce into the weekend. Again, guys, you need to be in the Mastermind. But anyways, what we had happen here on the 15-minute time frame was we had this swing high. Price closed above the swing high, and it pulled back right into a 15-minute hidden order block at 104,500 with this wick, and now we're pumping out of it. So personally, I think this was likely enough to see some type of relief bounce here on Bitcoin, and that's likely going to carry over into altcoins as well. So again, all the midwits right now are bearish at support. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's panicking. We are at extreme fear in the market. Everything is red on a Friday. But what I'm seeing right now on like the 15-minute chart is there's reasons to be bullish here short term at least. Okay? There's reasons to look for price to continue upwards and at least come back into the levels over here. I mean, we could be seeing as much as like the 115 to 117 again. All right, or maybe we even see a move into supply at 120, 121 again from this sell-off today. We'll take it level by level, but as of right now, again on the 15-minute time frame, we had those interesting developments. I would define this as a change of character, right? The character switched from bearish downtrend, but then we had this swing high that was closed above, a pullback into liquidity. Now we're pumping, all right? So this is textbook TA. This is what we go over here at Crypto Empire, supply and demand price action trading. And this is it in real time, real application. So anyways, to the bears, I'm not sure you're going to win this one right now. Obviously, it's the candles red on the day, but expecting further, expecting even more selling, expecting sub 100K Bitcoin right now, I'm not sure is the play. I'm not sure that's the play at all at the current moment in time. Anyways, let's go look at ETH. Let's go look at ETH, lads. So here's ETH, and on the daily, the low today was put in at 36.72. Guys, smash up that like button. Let's go. Smash up the like button. Appreciate all you guys here in the comment section making some noise for that YouTube algorithm. Anyways, let's look at ETH right now. So our low was put in at 3672 today. Let's go to the 15-minute, lads. So ETH here on the 15 didn't really have that clean level like Bitcoin had. We have resistance at $3,800. $3,800 right now is resistance on ETH. I think if we see a 15-minute candle close above this level at 3,800, that is some kind of direct confirmation that we'll probably see this rally further. It's looking pretty good right now. It's looking pretty good right now in the sense where mainly going off of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is cleaner. Yeah, Bitcoin's the key right now. ETH isn't as clean as a chart that I'm seeing. But if ETH can close a 15-minute candle above 3,800, I would expect this to put in a nice relief bounce as well into the weekend. Remember, everyone, we're at max extreme fear. People are just expecting the selling to continue and continue and continue. And that's typically not how markets work, right? How markets tend to work is when we're in extreme greed, that's usually a good time to be cautious. And when we're at extreme fear, that's usually a good time to be optimistic and bullish, right? Remember, the herd is always going to lose. So right now, the herd is all extremely scared and expecting the selling to continue. So I'm just kind of taking the opposite stance to that, especially after the brutality of the selling today and the fact that we already have price starting to look like it's forming a bottom right now. And with that, I will say that ETH is in. It's holding this one-day demand zone. It's in the 1 week demand zone. Right, ETH is in a level of relevance. And this is also a 2-day demand zone. That has already been mitigated, yes. But I mean, this level on ETH, like $3,700, it is very important and it's a very obvious level of demand on the chart, all right? So we're already bounced a bit from that level, but like, again, a lot of nerds getting bearish at support right now. Doesn't really make too much sense to me. So anyways, there's other coins right now like Tau. So if you guys are subscribed to the channel, you know I put out a Tau video the other day when the price was like $450 up here in supply, telling you guys as clear as day to be very careful and not to FOMO into Tau up here at 450, 460, and at the very least wait for a pullback to where? I said wait for a pullback to $350. What happened today, lads? What happened today? Because we had that one-day hidden order block right here at 347 technically on Tau. What happened? Price pulled directly into our one-day hidden order block. And what do we have? We have a really long wick down into that level. That was the perfect buying opportunity given to you well ahead of time right here at Crypto Empire. We'll still have a couple dweebs come in here and say that TA doesn't work and things like that. When I literally go over example over example over example of TA working out, the chart's doing basically exactly what I've outlined days in advance. Smash that like button if you guys do appreciate this kind of analysis. And if you're new here to Crypto Empire, smash that subscribe button down below and turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Let's get some hype in the chat, lads. Where's the hype at? I know everyone is scared right now. Everyone's fearful. But it's not the time to be scared, lads. Have no fear. Crypto Empire is here. Smash the like button. Let's go. East West Crypto says the top is in. Is it, lad? Is it? I mean, It certainly may appear like that for now, but we got to take it level by level. I will say right now, in regards to the top being in statement, here's what I have to say about that. If we have a weekly candle close below this swing low here at 107, I will wholeheartedly agree with you that the top is in. If we have a weekly candle close underneath the swing low from September 1st, that's at like $107,000. All right, on the Coinbase chart, it's the same level, right? The swing low from September 1st is at 107,200, 107,250. If we close the weekly candle this week underneath this swing low, I will say we're cooked and we're topped. But I still got a little bit of fight and hope in me right now. Just a little bit. I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. Let's see how the weekly candle closes, and then we can say confidently that the top is in. But right now, we're battling right at 107. So, we'll see how we go, lads. But anyways, back to Tau. This is why you guys have to be subscribed to the channel, all right? I gave the short as well in the Crypto Empire Mastermind, and I literally said take 80% profit at 350 at the bottom. Come on now. Anyways, that's how we do it here. Yeah, we short the top, take profit there, right in our level. And yeah, we're bouncing right now. We're bouncing, and it's really not the time to the selling already happened. The move already happened down. So many coins hit bullish levels, and they're starting to show signs of a reversal. So it only makes sense right now to see some type of bullish relief into the weekend, I reckon. That's what I reckon right now, at least. All right, yesterday we were looking for reasons to get long with USDT dominance hitting our supply zone at 5.02%. But the issue was that Bitcoin didn't give us any confluence. But now we have Bitcoin, taking some important levels. And we also have USDT dominance coming back into our previous swing high up here at 5.24%. All right, this is an important previous swing high at 5.24%. And today we have once again taken that level at the time. Today we actually had confluence. We had USDT dominance take 5.24. We had ETH in demand. We had Bitcoin take those levels. Tau, for example, is well in that one-day hidden order block. So we had a lot of confluence today, which is why I'm way more confident that we're going to see a bounce actually than I was yesterday. So confluence is very, very important. And now we actually had it today. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now overall. Let's go into some news, guys. So in regards to some news, a lot of talk between the U.S. and China about the trade war and the tariffs. So today, Trump said that they'll be fine with China and they're going to negotiate and all this type of stuff. Remember, the whole entire Black Swan event occurred because Trump said he was going to slap some 100% tariffs on China. And that's what caused the biggest liquidation in crypto history. Now, 1 week later, he's saying everything is going to be fine and dandy and there's nothing to worry about. So, yeah, the market is heavily manipulated if you haven't noticed. Welcome to the game, kiddo. That's just how it is nowadays. Either adapt or keep on crying. And nobody cares how you feel. Anyways, let's keep on moving on. So, White House advisor Hassett says that three Federal Reserve rate cuts would be a good start. All right, so 3 cuts until the end of this year. We're ending QT, quantitative tightening, and we are going to a period of quantitative easing, aka money printer going back on, and the Fed essentially buying assets globally instead of selling assets globally. So that's quite bullish. A lot of people have been talking about QT ending and QE starting for months and months and months here on Crypto YouTube, telling you to buy coins because QE is starting. Well, now I'm officially saying that QE is starting, all right? So all the people that have been saying it for 6 months, well, a broken clock is right twice a day. But here we actually act with precision at Crypto Empire, which is why you got to hit that subscribe button down below, right? When we take our aim and fire, we don't miss. QE is starting, lads. Here we go. Let's keep on moving on. So anyways, Ripple is set to raise $1 billion to purchase XRP. And this is basically what it is, right? They're going to raise $1 billion to buy XRP. Ripple owns 42 billion XRP. This is a great meme by the Litecoin community, actually. But yeah, I mean, this is what a clown world that we live in, right? Ripple is going to raise $1 billion through a SPAC to purchase XRP. Meanwhile, they literally own 42 billion XRP. And the Ripple Foundation, they've been selling XRP on the open market for years and years and years. So we live in a clown world, and this is just another iteration of, another demonstration, I should say, of how we do actually live in a clown world. So shout out to the XRP army for being completely delusional. You guys are, I mean, you guys are special people. God. Let's keep on moving on now. So Bitcoin Archive has put out a tweet saying, just in, YouTuber Mr. Beast, he files a trademark to offer Bitcoin and crypto services through his new venture, Mr. Beast Financial. Mr. Beast, the mark of the beast, getting into the financial system with some type of banking initiative to offer Bitcoin and crypto services. What a weird world that we live in, guys. What a weird world that we live in. What is going to happen next? I'm not sure. I really don't know what's going to happen next. But smash the like button, guys. So according to Polymarket odds right now, okay, this was just 48%, lads. So what price will Bitcoin hit in October? The odds of less than 100K, they were just at 48%. 20 minutes ago when I started this live stream. They have now dropped to 39%. So it looks like the poly market or the betting prediction market is actually agreeing with me right now that we're going to bounce. Remember, guys, fear is at a maximum. When I started this live stream, the chances of seeing less than 100K on Bitcoin, they were less. Or it was 48%. Now it's 39%. So yeah, it looks like we're actually you know what, we're ahead of the prediction markets right now, guys. This is why you guys have to be subscribed to the channel. We just got a super chat coming in from our guy Elvis. Shout out to Elvis. And Elvis says, "Hi sir, thoughts on Ondo?" Yeah, let's go check up on Ondo. Thank you for that super chat, Elvis. Liquidations right now, 1.06 billion. Let's go look at Ondo. One Ondo was supposed to equal one condo, but I'm not sure what happened to that. I guess it was just a meme after all. This wick is not getting filled anytime soon. This thing dropped down to 24 cents. But anyways, these levels from over here are actually still valid. So I'm going to take this as a demand zone for Ondo. And if we look at this over here, Elvis, we had price coming actually, I mean, it already took demand. And here we go again. Coming into this level at like 67 cents. And also it looks like we're going to get a bullish SFP depending on the candle close today. Right, we had this low at 68.48 cents. So let's drop this down to the 15-minute chart. So kind of the same story we had on Bitcoin where we had this, let's label this. Right, so we have a previous swing high. Okay, and then we had a 15-minute candle close above the 15-minute previous swing high. So this is what? This is a change of character. Okay, a bullish one at that. All right. And then what happened? We had price pull back into liquidity. Also that previous swing low on the daily over here, right? Back on the 15-minute, price pulled back right into that level. Let's see if we check the 30. Yeah, so I would call this 30-minute demand. All right, so price pulled back into liquidity. Just call it 30-minute liquidity here. for simplicity's sake. And now what do we have? We have a nice move up higher. All right, so this is pretty textbook stuff. Very similar to what we outlined on Bitcoin at the start of the live stream, guys. And that's why we see price now pushing its way up higher. So, I mean, really the question is, same thing as Bitcoin, same chart really. The question is, was this liquidity enough to form a bottom? And it looks like it is, right? As we see price continuing to climb up here, it looks like it is. So, yeah, the invalidation at this point, right? I mean, if you took the long from liquidity down here, maybe you longed it over here at like 105, 500, I wouldn't be risking too much, right? I would definitely have a hard stop at these lows over here. I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but it sounds like some animals are outside my house. Like actual, like, it sounds like a cat fight. Anyways, back to Ondo real quick. Shout out Fiat Hater. I'm not even sure what dark bet on Binance Smart Chain is, man, but that's an interesting thing to note. So anyways, back to Ondo over here. Same thing as Bitcoin, right? Textbook stuff. Bullish change of character, pull back into liquidity. Now we see some follow through. In terms of where this should go, we probably should be looking for a move at least, back into the Monday range at 78 to 85 cents. If not a test of the monthly open. I still think we're going to get the better and ideal long opportunity in November. So I think if we rally hard here, the rally is going to fail, and we'll get a true bottom in November. But as of right now, short term speaking, we should be looking for these things to push up into the weekend. So yeah, Elvis, I would be looking for a move back to around 80 cents. Maybe you see 88 the monthly open. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Let's see. Shout out to Ghoul82. My man says, smash the like, people. Connor is holding the line. Funny how Ethereum bounced right at the level Bitmine bought during the flash crash at 3,700. Love from Greece, man. Appreciate the support, Ghoul. My man, Ghoul82. Also, shout out to Kyle Summer. He says, another live from the GOAT. Thank you, sir. We got Dreman100. He says, smash up the like button. B Marquis says, always on time. That's it, brother. Semi187, what's up, Semi? Declan Wyatt telling everyone to smash the like button. That's absolutely right. What's up, everyone? Shout out to Satoshi Flacco, says, what's up, brother? Always great to see you live in turmoil. That's how we do it, man. That's it. Shout out to Michael DJI Manor. What's up, my man? Appreciate all you guys being here today. All right, let's keep going through some charts, lads. So Doge right now, another one that, I mean, we kind of have a similar story altogether on these charts, in the sense that we have reasons to be bullish here short term. So again, right, the same kind of setup occurred. This is a good entry trigger to look out for, right? When you have that bullish change of character on the lower time frame and a higher time frame level of demand, you can look out for that. So Doge looking to push up now after taking 17.5 cents down here, already back up to 18.5. In terms of percentage move, that's already a 5% move. So that's pretty nice. Dogecoin does have big resistance up here. The monthly open is where I would target. The monthly open on Dogecoin is going to be around 23 cents. Okay, so I wouldn't be too shocked or surprised to see a move back up into around here. Again, I'm expecting the rally to ultimately fail, and we'll get a true bottom, a better buying opportunity sometime in November. But as of right now, I'm looking for relief into the weekend. Shout out to Ricky Romero. He says, people have amnesia. This exact tariff fear happened in April this year, and we pumped right back a few weeks later. That's correct. That was another manipulated sell-off back in April. DJ Leaky, can you check total 3 minus USDT slash BTC? Sure, let's check that out. Total 3 minus USDT dot D. Let's put this in parentheses. And then what do we want to put? Slash BTC. Coinbase. Let's check that out. And let's see what we have here on this chart. Total 3 minus USDT paired against Bitcoin. Let's go to the weekly here. So this is basically total 3 minus stable coins paired up against Bitcoin. And as you can see, total 3 is like shit coins, right? It's everything outside, or everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it's been trending down and down and down versus Bitcoin. So the question is this actually going to start to outperform Bitcoin? Well, that's a very good question, and it looks like it has come into a weekly level of demand over here. It has come directly into a weekly, this is a 1 week demand. All right, so this is taking the demand zone fully with the wick of last week. My man, who asked this? DJ Leaky. Good chart here. I've never really checked this chart, but because I do have a certain degree of confidence in the market, I do know exactly what it is. And yeah, I mean, it just took this 1 week demand zone. Is this finally going to outperform Bitcoin, right? This is basically altcoins versus Bitcoin in simplicity terms for anyone who doesn't understand what we're looking at. And man, we'll see if it wants to break this channel, but it does look kind of ready to outperform. And with that being said, I should add this to my watch list, but Bitcoin dominance as well. Let's see Bitcoin dominance over here. Again, after taking the level at 63%, it's now in a bearish hidden order block over here. I'm still looking for this thing to roll over, which would line up pretty well with total 3 outperforming Bitcoin. Now, one thing to note is the others chart. So boys and girls, listen up. If we see other, again, I'm expecting a bottom in November. One moment. See this? This is Aura water. You know what my nickname is here? I walk into 7-Eleven and they call me Mr. Aura because I buy Aura water every single day for months on end. Mr. Aura. I earned that nickname. Not even self-proclaimed. That's just what they call me out here. You can start calling me that too. I don't mind. Call me Mr. Aura. I go by that name as well. Connor, the Crypto Emperor, also Mr. Aura. Whatever works. But I do prefer Mr. Aura. Anyways, let's continue on here. On others. $180 billion. If we see others at 180, that is max buy zone, lads and gals. If you see others down at 180 billion, that is not the time to be scared. That is the time to deploy any remaining capital that you have. Others at 180. We are in a level right now. Again, I'm expecting a bounce from this level, but ultimately I'm expecting this to come down into 180 in November. 180 billion. So that's I would mark that out if I were you. And I would remember what I just said. When you see others at 180 billion or below, that is the time to really, really pay attention and probably buy your favorite altcoins. Anyways, let's go look at some on-chain stuff. I see somebody said Mr. Miggles to $300 million market cap. Mr. Miggles right now is 16 million market cap. So, I mean, that would be pretty cool if we saw Mr. Miggles blast off to 300 million. But this thing is making like pretty fresh lows. It's coming down from the lows October 2024. Ouch. This isn't a weekly demand zone though. But I mean, this is the level where it was pre-Trump election pump. So I mean, base coins are at their very, very low levels. Keyboard cat, let's go to the weekly. So this is nearing its March bottom. The March bottom was down at like a 12 million market cap. It's at 18 right now. So, I mean, yeah, maybe this thing wants to come all the way down to the pre-election lows, sub 10 million. If you see that and others at 180 billion, like these would be some nice things to buy. I mean, crazy. Every altcoin would be at a crazy. You can make money buying anything if we see others at 180 billion in November again. We're talking down the line. Here in the immediate short term, if you're just joining in right now. Again, we're looking for relief into the weekend. And we need to see if Bitcoin can reclaim 107,200. 107,200 is that very important previous swing low from the 1st of September. And that's also the level on the weekly time frame that's going to determine whether or not we are officially cooked and really if the Bitcoin run is over. If we close a weekly candle underneath 107,200, I would say the Bitcoin run is officially over. But we have 3 more days right now in this week to determine whether or not it's so over or we'll be so back. But as of right now, we're battling at 107,200, so it's really up in the air. Anyways, smash up the like button, everyone. What's like minimum for others chart to start deploying into alts? I mean, again, 180 billion. 180 billion on others. Technically right now, we're in a level of support, but I would be really looking for 180. Shout out to Kevina 4600 for the question. Schwambo 507 if thesis is a bottom in November, rather get rid of coins now and reload later. If you want to sell and then buy back lower, be my guest. It could very well work for you, but if for whatever reason it doesn't drop and you're forced to buy higher, that's going to suck. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if you want to sell and then buy back lower, if you want to try that, be my guest. I don't recommend doing that though. Bob Franklin says, in his opinion, now is the time to buy altcoins. Hoping to wait for lower could result in missing it completely. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with you, but based off of what I'm seeing right now, if you want to deploy heavy capital, you can DCA, yes. But I think we will see a true bottom in November, actually. Or at least a way better buying opportunity in November than right now. Again, guys, we called the top on Tau recently perfectly here on the channel. Beautiful execution here. Not just analysis, but execution. All updated live over here in the Mastermind as well. So, I mean, pretty good stuff here. And yeah, we'll see, guys. But I want to make a lot of videos about some of the top coins I'm going to be buying spot. Of course, it will go out to the Mastermind first and in way more detail. But subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see that. As of right now, guys, I just wanted to go live, pop in here and comfort you all because I know how scared you must all be. I know how much fear is out there, and you guys are probably panicking and freaking out, and you're probably like, where's Connor? We need a live stream. Well, here I am, guys. All right, again, have no fear. Crypto Empire is here. Most of the market is in extreme fear. Most of the market is panicking. But I'd say we're pretty relaxed right now because we have a plan. We know how to manage risk. We're not degenerate gambling monkeys out here on high leverage without risk management, right? It's all calculated, and we know how we do business. So that is the difference in this market, right? The ability to manage risk, the ability to wait for your levels to hit, to have your entry and exit triggers, for example, right? Selling the bottom over here on Tau. I mean, I should have longed it at 350, but I just covered my short. Still, we made money, and that's what we like to do here. Smash the subscribe button if you also like to make money. You're in the right place. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up right now. Appreciate you all being here. Hit the subscribe button. And I wish all you guys a great weekend. I'll see all you tomorrow. All right, we're not going anywhere. We're still pushing. And hit the subscribe button. Have a great Friday. If it's Friday evening where you are, well, then have a great night. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button. And I'll see you in the next video. Connor from Crypto Empire signing out.